With you, and we now have our 29th named storm system of 2019. This is Tropical Storm Phanfun moving off towards the west, right over Yap over the course of the past 24 hours and just north of Palau. You can see that here on this infrared satellite imagery. This is Guam back towards the north and east. They're not being impacted by this at all. Really, it is central Philippines, specifically around Visayas, that is going to be taking the hardest impact from this storm. Winds right now, though, we're at 35, gusting up to 45 knots. Pressure at 1,002 hectopascals and moving towards the west-northwest at 20 kilometers per hour. Now, according to the Joint Typhoon Warning Center out of Hawaii, this is expected to intensify, becoming a typhoon by morning of Christmas Eve at 2400Z. 2412Z is Christmas Eve evening around Samar, maybe even northern Leyte, southern areas of Bicol. It does look like the track has shifted slightly more towards the north, which would be good news as far as impacts directly on places like Tacloban, but overall, central Visayas is still going to be impacted from this, mainly due to these winds, and the threat of storm surge is there, even though this is a low-end typhoon, but also heavy rainfall coming from this. So here's actually a look at microwave imagery over the course of the past 24 hours. And what I like with this, it really shows you how this is continuing to intensify. And right now, we do not have a defined eye out of this, so it's nowhere near typhoon intensity. In fact, the bulk of the convection is located towards the north and west of that center of circulation right in here. So if that continues to stay the case, this should stay a tropical storm. But the closer it moves towards the Philippines, it's going to move a little bit further towards the north of 10 degrees north. That's this number right in there. And that's important because once it does that, it's going to start to increase in Coriolis. It starts to get a little bit of that spin. And that's why I do think there is a likely typhoon here as this comes on shore just prior to landfall. Landfall will be Christmas Eve through Christmas morning. Now, this is dangerous because, as I mentioned in my last video, and I still continue to stress it, it's dangerous to be outside. There is no amount of preparation that you can make that will keep you safe if you venture out in a typhoon. And Christmas Eve, Christmas morning, Christmas is a very big holiday in the Philippines. I mean, the majority of the country is Catholic. So it's great and all that you're going to church, but just always take the pros and cons. And, you know, you can miss out on Mass or be injured, one or the other. I just can't stress that enough, and I've seen it time and time again, mostly when the Pope visited Tacloban a few years back. Several people were killed because they weren't out there in a typhoon. I thought that was a big controversy, to be honest with you. But locally, 1 to 200 millimeters of rainfall is possible with this, or excuse me, widespread 1 to 200, locally 400. So flooding is going to be another issue. I think even off here towards the west, and also Mindoro as well, going to be looking at the threat of flooding. But if you look, Manila doesn't really get too much according to this particular model. This is the GFS you're looking at right there. So heavy rain is still going to be severe, especially in central Visayas. Wind damage mainly because it's taking place on Christmas Eve through Christmas morning. If it wasn't for the holiday in place and people being outside, I don't think the wind would be much of a threat. But since people are outside flying debris, things like falling trees are going to be exponentially increased with that threat there. And storm surge, yeah, it's there, but it's not as intense because of the lower intensity of this storm compared to something like Haiyan, of course, but even Kamori or Tisoy from a couple of weeks ago. I mean, this storm system not as intense, and it does look like the hardest impacts likely going to be here on central and northern Visayas based on the latest forecast from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center and the ECMWF model. And always remember, where you see this onshore flow, that it's literally the water getting pushed by the winds here, which means a lot of these bays and inlets, St. Julian over there towards Oras, I'm assuming I'm saying these correctly, but those are going to be the harder hit areas in those bays where you get a little bit of funneling and that threat of flooding. So yeah, that's something we're going to continue to watch out for. Eventually, though, this will move as we go ahead through your Tuesday night into Wednesday morning on Christmas Day, Christmas morning, central areas of the Philippines. Roxas, Rojas, I think that's how you say it, city is going to be impacted by, the storm by Christmas morning. I mean, I think Christmas morning mass is going to be not a pleasant one out there, and eventually over towards Mindoro. All of this does stay south of Manila, though. For those of you out here in Manila that are worried about it, I think you're going to be just fine. Even if we put up the precipitation here, rain and thunder, you can see that the bulk of the showers do stay out there towards Mindoro and doesn't really impact Manila directly. I mean, you're going to see increase in cloud cover, of course, just because of that outflow, but overall the harder hit areas being down here towards the south. So yeah, I mean, right now, I think there's high confidence. Just take a look at this, though. This is landfall with the ECMWF model. I'll change it over towards the GFS, so we just go back and forth, and you can just see what I'm talking about. GFS a little bit stronger, but the overall placement of those impacts about southern Samar, northern Leyte is really the same spot. So really, just this entire area on the screen needs to be prepared for a Christmas Eve, Christmas morning typhoon. Of course, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post them down there in the comment box below. Hopefully, dry air does keep this kind of at bay, though. I'm really hoping for that because there is plenty of dry air ahead of this system, but it's just very warm sea surface temperatures, so I think it is going to continue to wrap up. If you are worried about this drastically changing course, though, that's not likely. High pressure ridge just north of the center. It's going to keep it on that westerly track. So that's just kind of a sum up of what I've been talking about here. If you have those questions, though, please let me know. And as always, stay safe out there.